Okay, let's start. कौन आ गया? नितिन आ गया. Good morning, Nitin. Good morning, all of you. Okay. Hey, Ma Mataji. Let's start. Yes, we can start now. Let's go ahead, everybody.
Recording in progress.
Good morning. Let's go ahead, everybody. So we were doing what 17.2, I think, explanation to 17.2, है ना? For perquisite medical expenditure, right, everybody? We have seen, if you remember, the employer can give loan for medical facilities. Do you remember that? Concessional interest or no interest at all, and that loan can be given by employer to employee. That is the perquisite, no, everybody? Yes, till here. But if he gives that for medical purposes, then there was no perquisite. The interest was not a perquisite. Here in 17.2, what are we seeing? That the employer is giving medical facilities to the employee. Correct? No? Remember that? So again, it was not taxable. If the hospital is owned, maintained by employer, correct everybody? Then hospital is a government hospital. Then if there is specified disease, then hospital has to be approved by Commissioner of Income Tax. And lastly, for medical insurance premium, all these amounts were not taxable in the hands of employee. Remember or no? Not taxable in the hands of employee. They were allowed. So expenditure can be for the employee or what? Or for whom, bacho? Is it allowed or not for the family members? Tell me this. Medical expenditure or medical insurance premium, etc., whatever is paid for employees' family. Is it allowed? Yes or no? Tell me quickly. Quickly. It is allowed for spouse and children. See, I will be calling them as nuclear family. You understand nuclear family? Means only husband, wife, and their own children. That I am going to call it as nuclear family. Yes, Chalia? And then I'm going to use maybe the word joint family. Now that joint family bacho can include parents and brothers, sisters also. Okay, everybody? So for medical treatment, understand the definition is given for family members, no? Correct, no? Family includes. So the nuclear family is there as well as brothers, sisters, or parents if only they are dependent. This word is very important. This word is very important. Okay, wholly dependent. This is a very important word. I hope you have underlined it. If not, please do it. Okay, they should be dependent of, especially whom bacho, parents, mother, father, or brother, sister. Clearly, all of you. If it is spouse or children, they may be independent or they may be dependent. You understand meaning of the word dependent or independent? Means they are working on their own, earning on their own. Otherwise, they are dependent on the employee. Clear, Delia? Let's go ahead, everybody. All right. I think we have covered medical also now. We have covered question also on that. Yes, no, everybody. Let's go ahead. We have covered car keys also. Car, है ना? अरे हाँ ना. All right. Let's go ahead, everybody. Ready? Chalo. Then some cases of perquisite which I had told you to read but not covered in class, that we will do. 17.2. Overall, do you remember 17.1, 17.2, 17.3? I hope that much you remember. 17.1 basic salary or normal salary, 72 perquisites, and 17.3 profits in lieu of salaries. है ना? In lieu of means what? Instead of. चलो 17.2 बच्चों, life insurance of the employee. Just now in this earlier case, explanation to 17.2, है ना? We have seen बच्चों what is covered over here in 17.2 बच्चों. Medical insurance premium is covered. Now here they are talking about life insurance. Are you understanding or know the difference बच्चों? Simple difference between both. Life insurance is for life, directly for death, etc. of the employee. है ना? In the case of death of the employee, that amount, lump sum amount will be given to the you can say dependents, okay, or family members. Health insurance or medical insurance is the one and the same thing. Health or medical, they are mainly for medical expenditure. Clear, Delia? Okay, so check. Any amount paid by employer to effect. To effect means continue, to keep in existence. What? Life of assessee. Or to effect contract for an annuity. Annuity means what? Regular amount being paid to the employee. Regular amount being paid to the employee is taxable. Underline the word. In the hands of all employees. Okay, so very important, bachcho, something which we are going to write down. Understand now. I'm writing a insurance premium. Paid by employer. है ना? Insurance premium paid by employer. If it is बच्चों medical insurance, then not taxable in the hands of employee. है ना? Paid by employer for employee. All right? And if it is life insurance, बच्चों, okay? So I'm writing what is the effect over here? It is exempt. Clear till here? Or it is simply not taxable. But your life insurance, बच्चों, is taxable. Under which section? 17(2). Finally, all of you. I'm writing exempt as per proviso. Section 17(2). Yes, till here, all of you? Let's go ahead, everybody. Yes, everybody. Let's go ahead. Done. Okay. Chalo. Exemption. That means what? Some contributions are done by employer on behalf of employee. See, understand, overall perquisite, what are we saying? There are some payments done by employer on behalf of employee. That's why we are taxing it in the hands of employee. Correct, Ilya? Now check. Exemptions. Means what? The contributions are by employer only. The payments are by employer on behalf of employee. So exemption here, bacho, we are going to say not taxable, okay? Because here we were discussing taxable, so exemption means what? Not taxable. What? Contribution by employer for employees recognized provident fund. Okay, that is what we are going to cover in some time today only. We are going to start with bacho provident funds. So if country means what? Payment by employer to employees provident fund. Okay, that also bacho up to a particular limit. Will not be taxable in the hands of employee. Will not be taxable in the hands of employee, bacho. Can I say that means if it is above 12% of salary, you know, because up to 12% is exempt. So the contribution is 13% or 14%. So whatever is above 12% will be taxable in the hands of employee. Yes, still here. Then approved superannuation fund. All these also cases we are going to understand. Okay, approved. See, now whenever you have this word approved, it means bacho approved by the commissioner of income tax or approved by CBDT or basically approved by income tax department. Clear till here? Superannuation means what? Super means what? Superannuation means now you are in a way but you're retired. Okay, you are what? But you're retired. So after retired, you require some regular amounts. Okay, for survival, you can call it as pension or it is another form of pension. Okay, so require some regular amount. So that fund is getting, or you can say there is a contribution to the particular fund. See, if you only remember again time value of money concepts, there were concepts of your sinking fund. Okay, or basically contributing to a fund, and from that fund you can make daily expenditures or monthly expenditures. There was this example, if you remember, a person wants to start a scholarship of rupees 3,000 every year or something like that, but perpetually. Do you remember that? So you are basically contributing in a fund Simple. And that fund is going to make you payment. Okay, Delia, is it fine? Huh. So employer is making a contribution in a fund, and that fund will later on pay to whom? Employee. This much I hope you understood. So the quantity of the fund is for the benefit of the employee. Simple. Okay. So approved. Approved means approved by commissioner. Superannuation fund up to how much? 1.5 lakhs. Therefore, that means above. Again, if the quantity is more than 1.5 lakhs, whatever is more than 1.5 lakhs will be taxable in the hands of employee. Clear? Then group insurance schemes, again some expenditure by employer on behalf of employee. Employees state insurance scheme, ESIC, this is compulsory by the way. For some companies it is compulsory. Just like you might have heard of PT, professional tax. You have to deduct from the employee's salary. PT I'm talking of, PT. We have done that bachcho where in 16.2 or no? है ना? Or 16.3, 16.3 it was. 16.1A standard deduction, 16.2 entertainment allowance, 16.3 professional tax. Remember? So there are certain laws for that. No, the law tells you to do that. Correct, Ilya? Everybody. So ESIC again is required for benefits of the employee. Fidelity guarantee scheme. So these are all some of the other, you can say, approved schemes. If you make payment over there, it is not taxable in the hands of employee. Fine. And last but not the least, bacho, rule 379. Ready? Understand now. Any other obligation of the employee paid by employer. What do you mean by obligation? Quickly. Duty or not? Obligation means what, bacho? Duty. Means what? The prima facie, the primary duty was of the employee to make that expenditure. It is expenditure of the employee only, but paid by employer. So therefore, it is a benefit to the employee. Are haan na. Basically, right now till now, we have covered almost all the cases. Accommodation is given free of cost. And furniture is given for use. Furniture is sold to the employee. Right, Ilya? Then what else we have covered? Then food is given. Remember, na? Food is given, snacks is given, car is given. Those cases we have covered. Driver is given. Then our domestic servant is given. Free electricity, gas supply, that is given. Water is given. Education facilities, loan, what not. We have still to cover 2-3 more. Then that traveling expenditure is given. LTA. Remember that LTA, leave travel assistance. Yes or no? All these were expenditures of the employee but paid by employer. Now, understand. Rule 379 says what? Any other obligation. Means basically, please try to understand. This is a residuary rule. What it is, bacho? Residuary. Do you remember, bacho? What was residuary? Means balance. Means remaining. Arihayana. Means what? The rule says, what does it? The rule simply say? We have tried to cover almost everything, but apart from that, if there is any other benefit, given to the employee which is not covered under earlier rules, then for that bacho, rule 379 will be applicable. Are you understanding my point or no, Nitin, Khushbu, Mansi, Indrajit, tell me all of you. Did you understand? So rule 379 means whatever you have not covered in the earlier rules, for that we will use rule 379. Okay, good. Understand now. So what is the perquisite valuation? Simple. See, always till now, in majority of the cases, simply we have understood the concept of FMV. What is FMV, bacho? Fair market value. Are haan ya na? So whatever is the duty obligation of employee, so that would have been the expenditure of employee. Hai ki nahi, bacho? Clear till here? So that will be the value of perquisite. Okay till here? Now check. What are they actually saying? The value of any other benefit or amenity. Amenity means amenities. You might have heard of this word. Amenities means facilities. Are haan. Hai na? Service, right or privilege. See, we have covered that also case. Which case? Do you remember? Train tickets or traveling tickets given assistance, hai na? If the employer is in the business of that transportation of goods or passengers. Remember that? What if he gives a right or privilege of, let us say, cricket match tickets given, or some zoo or planetarium tickets given, or adventure park tickets given? It can be any benefit. Understood? Alright. The value of any other benefit or amenity, service, right or privilege provided by the employer shall be determined on the basis of cost to the employer. Understand? Okay, cost to the employer. Very important. Underline the word bachcho, cost. Okay. Now, whatever is not covered under earlier rules, if that benefit is given to the employee, what is the value per visit? The actual cost to the employer under an arm's length transaction. I'll tell you about this in some time. As reduced by means what will you reduce from that? Obviously, whatever is paid by the employee. This was a standard rule we used to do. If employee has paid for it, we have to reduce it from the valuation. Arey, हाँ या ना? Correct लियो. Now, cost to the employer under arm's length transaction. This word, bacho, obviously will be, you'll be using this also a lot whenever you enter in the field of taxation. Okay. Now, if you remember arm's length, I will discuss that. You used to stand in a school assembly. I hope you have gone to school. Yes. 1 year you might not have gone because of COVID, but apart from that, yes. And then there used to be a school prayer, if you remember, or assembly in the ground or whatever classroom. And then whenever you are told, let us say, to make a line, how do you stand? One hand distance or no? Isn't it? Normally, one hand distance in the front and one hand distance on the right or left, whatever. But it has to be equidistant. Now, over there, one hand distance actually or literally, or what is the meaning of that? Or you can say the importance of that is everybody is at equal distance. Everybody is at equal distance. Nobody is close, nobody is far. Nobody is close, nobody is far. Are हाँ या ना? So now, बच्चों, when I talk about holding company and subsidiary company, now just try to understand. Holding company and subsidiary company. Do they have a close relationship or no? What do you think? Do they have close relationship or no? Simple yes or no answer. Yes. They do have बच्चों close relationship. Who? Holding company and subsidiary company. No doubt about it. है ना बच्चों? Clearly. Now over there, will the holding company not give, let us say, sell? Holding company selling some goods to subsidiary company. Now there is a good chance that they may undersell it. They may underprice it. Sorry, they may underprice it. Yes or no? They may underprice it. Are you understanding or no? Huh. So I'll just give you very simple. I'm just giving you very simple examples. I'm not going into details. But let us say this is India. है ना? The holding company is here. And let us say subsidiary companies outside India. Possible, no? No problem till here. Now, the holding company bachcho can make a sale in India, that is domestic sales. Yes. The holding Indian company can make a sale outside India, exports. As well as the holding company, Indian company, can make a sale to its subsidiary company. Yes or no? Correct till here? Is it? I hope this is fine till here. Now, if at all, bachcho, when the holding company sells goods to subsidiary company, oh yeah, will they not or can they not reduce the prices of the goods? They can absolutely. Especially it is now a subsidiary company. है कि नहीं बच्चों? And they have a close relationship. Clear? Whose loss is it? Indian government's or foreign government's loss it is? Whose loss is it? It is definitely bachcho Indian government's or Indian income tax department's loss. Because now you are underpricing the sale. Because you are making transaction with a related party. Related party. You have an accounting standard over there also. But here we are discussing from income tax point of view. So here, income tax department or the law, okay, is forcing that even if you are underpricing it, we don't care. We will assume this transaction at arm's length price. Isn't it now, you can say logical? Are you getting my point, all of you? Now, what is arm's length price? That we will decide. Arey, हाँ या ना? Yes, tell everybody. There is something also called, there are many things to discuss, but there is something which also called as captive. Okay, I'm not going into details, but in fact it is other way around. Do you think bachcho India's labor is cheap or not cheap? What do you think? Very cheap. But we have a good advantage of English also. है ना? So many countries, this is proper colonization, okay? What is colonization? that you are using resources of one country and using it for your own benefit, which the British or the UK did. Are, हाँ. So similarly, even your labor is also a resource only in a way. Yes, Celia? So there are many foreign countries, many foreign countries and many foreign companies who have opened their subsidiary in India only for the purpose of making sales outside India. What did I say? Making sales outside India. Yes, Celia? Have you heard of this company? It is a tractor manufacturing company. Okay? It's a tractor manufacturing company. Now, in India, if I talk about tractors, which brand comes to your mind?
JCB.
Tractor, I said. Mahindra, correct.
Mahindra.
There is Swaraj, Mazda, Mahindra. There are 2, 3 more brands, I think. Some Swaraj, Mazda, Mahindra, and that Sonali something is there. There are 2, 3 brands, okay? Huh. And John Deere is also there, obviously. But John Deere comes, let us say, fourth. Huh. Fourth in the country, okay? I don't know the exact numbers, but now you had not even heard the name of this company, hai na? So it's not that very famous. So as a India is not a customer base for them, let us say. It is one of the highest, you can say, use, or you can say customers are in USA. Are in what? USA. But in Asia, in overall Asia, they have 2 manufacturing units. One obviously in China and one in India. Why? Labor is cheap. The materials are cheap. Clear till here, all of you? So when the Indian company sells it or transfers it to what? Their holding company or USA or anywhere else, and they are mainly for what? Manufacture in India. So that they can again export it back to their own home base country. Clear till here? So these transactions will be compulsorily taxed at arm's length price. Clear till here? Understood, all of you? Because the main purpose of creating them in India, the company, was for self-owned manufacturing. Understood, everybody? They may not have clients or customers in India, but they are using India for manufacturing and again transferring back to their foreign country or their home country. So the sale or the transaction will be at arm's length price. I hope this is clear. Finally, all of you? Alright, let's go ahead, everybody. So I hope you understand the meaning of the word arm's length price. Now, as soon as I involved India and foreign countries, you might have understood, I hope so. We were talking about indirectly about international taxation, and transfer pricing is again a field, it's again a small field in the, we can say, domain of international taxation. I'm talking of transfer pricing, and in transfer pricing, but to this field overall, there is again a main work of determining the arm's length price. When you go to CA final or overall, again in advanced level of income tax, there are separate sections and rules of how to determine arm's length price. Clear till here? Simple Google research if at all you go and do, and talk about transfer pricing report. Transfer pricing report. You will understand a little bit of that. Okay, you can later on check on Google. Transfer pricing report or methods of determining what? Arm's length price. I'm not writing everything, but you can later on search if you want. If at all you want to know more about it. Clear till here, all of you? Methods of determining arm's length price. Too much of extra knowledge? Let's go ahead. Okay? Chalo. Arm's length as reduced by employee's contribution. This is okay. Now, expenses on telephones, including a mobile phone, actually incurred on behalf of the employee by the employer shall not be treated as a perquisite. Star mark. Telephone bachcho, whatever, landline or mobile, not a perquisite. Now it is impossible bachcho in a way to clarify that phone, landline, etc. was used for personal purpose or work purpose. So telephone, anything bachcho about mobile or whatever will be completely compulsorily what? Not a perquisite. Clear till here? Check. Also, telephone installed at employee's residence and paid by employer is again not taxable. Understood? However, very important, as soon as you involve this word allowance, it becomes taxable. Just like medical allowance, very important, very important. See, if it is medical expenditure reimbursement and it is a valid approved hospital, etc., then under 17(2) proviso it is exempt. But if it is medical allowance, it was taxable. Do you remember or no? Or do you want me to give it in writing? Tell me quickly. If these are not perquisite, then what? Then not taxable. No? Simple, yeah. If it is not perquisite, it is not taxable. It is a free benefit to the employee. Clear, all of you? Yes? So please try among this. Telephone allowance is what? Taxable. Alright? Again, personal accident policy premium is also exempt. Personal accident. It is बच्चों neither what? Medical, neither life. है ना? Fine till here? Is also exempt. Fine till here, all of you? So 17.3, keep that, sorry, not 17, 379, keep that in mind, okay? If it is any other perquisite, cost to the employer minus recovery from employee. Should I write down here? I'm writing here, okay? Cost to employer minus amount paid by employee. Fine till here, all of you? And second, telephone, I hope it is clear. Only if it is telephone allowance, fully taxable. Otherwise, any other expenditure of telephone, bachcho, fully exempt. Okay? So should I go ahead, everybody, now? 17.3. We're coming into one of the last parts of the chapters. Okay, profits in lieu of salary. In lieu of means what? Instead of. Yes, Celia? Okay. So overall, the chapter of salaries was for employer-employee relationship or no? Yes, it was for bachcho employer-employee relationship. Clear till here? However, if the employer-employee relationship has been over, but because of that relation, still the benefits are being given to the employee. Arey haan, bachcho. Then again, it is taxable under salaries. Simple example I'll give you about is pension. About what, bachcho? Pension. Or I'll also talk about retirement benefits. Retirement benefit means what? During the tenure of the job. Tenure means whenever the job was going on, the work was going on. The employer was contributing for the employee. Yes? That time it was not taxable in the hands of employee. Contributing what I'm talking about, provident fund, etc. Arey haan, okay? That time it was not taxable. But when he receives it, at that time you have to see whether it is taxable or not taxable, okay? So mainly here, bachcho, we are going to see after stoppage or over of the employer-employee relationship. Clearly, some benefits or some amounts are given to the employee, but those benefits or amounts are given to employee because of X or past employer-employee relationship. Clear till here? Should I go ahead, all of you? Tell me. Yes? Sure. It includes the following, okay, 17.3. The amount of any compensation due to or received by an assessee from his employer or even former employer. Former means what? Old. Hai na? At or in connection with the termination of his employment. So, bachcho, compensation given. Yes, till here? Again, removed. The employee may be removed or had to be removed, or you can say what? The business itself is getting closed. Okay? For that, if some compensation is given to the employee, again, that is part of 17.3. See if it is taxable or not taxable, that we will see later on. First, we are categorizing between 17.1, 17.2, 17.3. Arey haan ya na? If I talk about mainly cash salary, understand, cash and in a way regular, revenue ways, okay, revenue, 17.1. Correct? Benefit given, majorly non-cash, 17.2. Arey haan. And then after service is done, etc., benefits given, 17.3. This mentality you can keep in your mind. Understood? So day-to-day regular salary 17.1, benefits 17.2, and after retirement etc. 17.3. Okay? Chalo. B, same thing, compensation received, but what? Because of modification or changes in the terms and conditions of employment. Okay? His you can say base pay has been reduced. Base pay means regular amount has been reduced. There is changes in his working hours or shift timings, etc. Okay. Any payment due or received by necessity from his employer or from an employer from a check now, from a provident or some other fund, to the extent, now understand, to the extent to which it does not consist of employees' contribution or interest on such contribution. It does not include exempt payments from superannuation fund, gratuity, commuted pension, retrenchment compensation, HRA. This all we are going to see, okay, later on. Don't worry. Okay? Everything you'll understand. But 17.3 बच्चों clearly says or no something, some amount received है ना from a fund. Especially बच्चों we're going to talk about provident fund. Okay, Delia? Then any payment due or received by necessity under keyman insurance policy, including the sum allocated by way of bonus on such policy. Had we discussed the word bonus बच्चों on insurance policies? Sometime, anytime? Okay. Okay. I think you have insurance accounting also. I'll talk about all of that. Key man. Both I'll discuss. First, let me just quickly discuss bonus on policy, insurance policy. Okay. Insurance is a contract of indemnity. Yes or no? If you have heard the word indemnity, and as it is, we are going to do in other laws also. Okay. We have the first, that contract itself is contract of indemnity. Okay. I think in accounting you have the chapter itself of insurance accounting or insurance company, but that is different thing. Okay, as it is you'll learn there, but let me just give it a point here, thought here. So this contract of indemnity, clear? Let me just give you some example. If we take life insurance policy for 20 years, okay, Delia, है ना? And 1 year, in the first year, the insurance premium has been paid. चलेगा यहाँ तक समझा सभी को? Everyone understood Delia? है ना? You have taken policy for 20 years, you have paid premium only for 1 year. Every year you have to pay a premium, let us say, okay? So you have taken such policy, and 1 year you have paid the premium, and let us say the insured person dies. Yes, Celia? Now the insured person bachcho dies in the first year, or the insured person dies in the 20th year, the insurance company is liable to pay the amount, covered amount, policy amount. Agreed, Delia? Yes? In which case it is a big loss or a bigger loss to the insurance company if the insured person dies in the first year or the insured person dies in the 20th year. What do you think? Use logic, common sense. In which case it is a bigger loss for the insurance company? Obviously first year. Common sense, because he has paid premium only for 1 year and then he's taking away your entire money. Are haan ya na? Clear, Delio? Now therefore let me ask you, as and when, as and how 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year passes. Yes, Celia? The risk of insurance company is reducing or not reducing? Did you understand my question? 1 year passed, he did not die. Second year passed, did not die. Fifth year passed, did not die. 10th year passed, did not die. The insured person has not died, he is not dead. The risk of the company is reducing or not? The risk of the company is reducing. Yes, Celia? Or at least they didn't have to pay the compensation or the claim amount. Clear, Celia? So in that case, bachcho, if let us say the person does not die for 20 years, it is a pure profit for the insurance company. Yes? I'm talking of normal policies, okay? It is a pure profit of insurance company. In that case, on maturity we understood, means if let us say the 20 years have passed. Then insurance company bachcho can allot or give, or can say allocate, apportion some of their own yearly profits to the policy holder. That yes, take this as bonus, as gift, that you did not die. Good news, hai na? Happy. So some, whatever, depending on the policy, they may return the premium paid, some amount of premium paid, as well as extra bonus. Understood or no, everybody? So again, that extra amount you're getting, that is called as bonus on the policy. Under 17.3 it is taxable. Okay, even the bonus. Now what do you mean? What do you mean by key man? Now key man insurance policy means, let us say this happens in the case of companies also. KMP, you have heard of the word bacho, KMP. Over from that logic you should have borrowed your KMP, key managerial personnel. Correct? And let us say partnerships and LLPs and your designated partners, है ना? There are obviously बच्चों in the management important persons, or no, in the management overall there are important persons. Clear till here? And if at all, just one particular day, the key persons, key means I hope you understand, important persons, they die or don't come to office, or they leave the office, or whatever, any other reason, the business is affected. What did I say, bachcho? The business is affected. Clear till here, all of you? In that case, the business should not be affected or should not close down because of one or two people, because of key people leaving or key people dying. Yes, till here. So that the business should continue smoothly, you can take that policy also. Yes, till here. That if the key person dies, but still the business should continue smoothly. That is your key man insurance policy. So if under the key man insurance policy, if any amount is received to the employee, so that the company, the business can continue. Yes, Elia, everybody. In that case, even that amount is taxable under 17.3. Alright, Elia? Then, any amount, whether in lump sum or otherwise, due to the assessee or received by him from any person. Look at the word they are using. From any person. Before joining employment with that person, or after cessation means stop of his employment with that person. But over here you can take example of, and this happens also. It is called as pre-joining bonus. Okay? It is called as what, bacho? Pre-joining bonus. Happens. You will go to bigger firms and they will be, if you're talented, if you have good expertise, good background, and they want you. See, there is job switching or no. Job switching happens now. That means if you're in a current job, you're, let us say, giving interview somewhere else, and they like you in the interview, they want you as early as possible. They are giving you good offer that yes, your regular salary will increase by 30-40%, and as a sweetener deal, to sweeten the deal, I'm giving you extra bonus also, pre-joining bonus. Happens. It can be 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees also. है ना? Fine. Hard to say no, है ना? अच्छा. Then any other sum received by employee from his employer, any other sum they are discussing, any other amount. Clear till here? Your naseeb, your luck will, when you are something na, in life. Before that, how it is possible? Okay? Let's go ahead everybody. Let's talk about the first one, provident fund, because here we had the discussion amount, this part over here, point number C. Any payment received by employee from a provident fund or some other funds. Okay? Chalega? Ready, bachcho? Okay. Provident, understand now. Provident fund. Provident fund scheme is a scheme. Again, it is a scheme, or you can say policy, or you can say offer intended to give substantial benefit. Substantial means good amount. Benefits to an employee at the time of his retirement. Under the scheme, so this scheme is but devised by government only. Devised means given by the government. Now, under the scheme, what happens? A specified sum is deducted from the salary of the employee. Compulsory. But it is in a way compulsory savings. In a way, but it is what? A compulsory savings from the employee's salary. Now, because of these things or these reasons, you'll understand the difference between gross salary and in-hand salary. Yes? What are the simple things? I think we have already discussed. There was PT, professional tax. There will be TDS. Yes, till here. There will be ESIC contribution, Employee State Insurance Corporation contribution, insurance, okay, state insurance policies. And again here also, check provident fund. These are all deductions from the salary. Are you getting my point or no? That is the reason there is a difference between gross salary and net in-hand salary. Clear? Now check here. It is a tax. Professional tax, it is gone to the government. You can't recover it. ESC is gone to the government. TDS, yes, you can again claim it back. If again, like I said, if refund is due, then yes, you can claim it back. Otherwise, it is also an expenditure. But yes, PF bachcho, you can again get it back, obviously, because it is your contribution. The only difference is what you will get it after your job is over. Clear, or you have stopped your particular, you can say, service with that employer. Clear, all of you? Tell me. आगे बढ़े. Let's go ahead, everybody. Now you might have done this in accounting or costing, I don't know, but check. So it is employees' contribution towards the fund. Now check. The employer also generally contributes the same amount out of his own pocket to the fund. That's why bacho, they call the term CTC, cost to company. Now you can claim provident fund after leaving of the job, not only after retirement from job, or not after only after retirement age. You can claim it after leaving of the job. Understand the term CTC, cost to company. Now check. I'm just again giving you for example. Okay. The employee's salary is rupees 10,000. Okay. Fine till here. I'm just giving you again very simple example. So for his annual salary is what, but to 1.2 lakhs. But in the package, when that employment offer is given to the employee, he is not just shown 1.2 lakhs, bacho. He may be shown 1.4 lakhs as CTC. As what, bacho? CTC. This is the problem. When you go to a job interview or first time you get an offer, you get crazy. Oh, CTC is 1.4 lakhs. Are haan ya na, bacho? Now how the 20,000 extra came, bacho? That company saying that is my cost or no? Company saying here, I am giving you in hand 1.2 lakhs, but I'm also contributing extra 20,000 towards provident fund, which ultimately you are only going to get. The only difference is what you are not going to get it in the regular monthly salary, but you'll get it when you leave the job. So it is a cost to the company. So companies show that in the offer letter also. Yes, everybody understood or no? So it is your money only, but you'll get it once you leave the job. Clear, all of you? Understood or no? Why? There is a difference between gross salary and in-hand salary. Now gross you will see it is 1.4 lakhs. No, but in hand you are getting only 1.2 lakhs. Understood? Khushbu, Mansi, Indrajit, Nitin? Clear? So in a way, what you should always check whenever you go for a job, there's lots of time for that, is what is my in-hand salary. Don't just go for CTC and divide by 12. That will give you a very big heart attack later on. Okay? Chalo. The contribution of the employer and employee are invested in approved securities. There is obviously bacho different department for this. Okay, provident fund department bacho, है ना? Okay, everybody. Employee, your employee state, again employee provident fund scheme corporation is there. Okay, so the money. Okay, let me just again now. The word fund, I hope it is absolutely clear to you. What happens, bacho? Just a minute. Now try to understand, okay? It's a fund, just like mutual fund, it's a bacho fund. Fund, you understand? It is collection of money, simple. It is bacho collection of money. So I'm just going to write on your provident fund. Who will contribute? Understand now. From employee's salary, it will be deducted. Yes. And employer will also generally makes the same contribution. Finally, all of you. So the money is getting introduced by employee as well as employer. And generally these amounts are matching. I hope you understand. Matching means what? Same amounts is contributed by both the parties, employer as well as employee. Now again, that happens as per the rule or law. 12%, 12% etc. of the salary. That amount is minimum to be what, bacho? Contributed in the fund. You can obviously contribute more than that, but there is at least minimum percentage amount. Clear till here? Fine. Now check, understand, okay? The employer also generally contributes the same amount. The contribution by employer and employee are invested in the approved securities. That means what? There is again the department bachcho for this, hai na? So they are going to handle the money, and only in the government approved securities they are going to invest this money. Obviously, because they have to earn interest and give the interest also to these people, la? Because time value of money, the money will just keep on. If you keep idle money, it will in fact lose its value. So in fact, that is a, you can say, big thing for them, that they have to grow also the money. Okay, so they will invest in government funds or government bonds. Okay, finally, all of you, fine. Interest, now understand. Interest earned thereon is also credited to the account of employees. See, this is employees provident fund account. Yes or no? In that account, the employee is also contributing, the employer is also contributing. Now understand, did the two amounts go or no inside? Yes. So obviously, bachcho, there will be interest also earned. Are ha ya na? On both these amounts, hai na? See, once both the money are put inside, it is just like a savings account, bachcho. You keep on, let us say, investing, or you get you are investing or crediting money in the savings account. Now you don't keep on any different, you can say, categories, or you'll say, okay, this is my earlier balance, I'm earning interest on earlier balance, and this is my new balance in the account, on this new balance I'm earning interest. You don't segregate in same or one savings account. Whatever money is there, it is entire balance, and that entire balance is earning interest. Entire balance but is earning interest. Clearly here, all of you? So here also my entire balance is earning interest. But the balance came from where? Employees contribution as well as employers contribution. Are ha. And now understand. I'm writing here the word country. Chalega? Okay till here? So understand please. While giving in the account, while giving the amount in the PF, there are two, you can say, credits. Are ha ya na? But when removing there are about your four debits. What four debits? Understand. Original employees contribution. अरे हाँ या ना बच्चों. Then can I say interest on what? Employees contribution. Are you understanding or no? Everybody tell me. Yes, tell you everybody. Interest on employees contribution. Then third one, original employers contribution. Are ha, tell me. And fourth one again, interest on employers contribution. Did you understand or no? Tell me quickly so I can give you some numbers here. Interest on employers contribution. Tell me all of it. Did you understand or no? Everybody? Pakka? Understood? Just for the sake of example, don't write down anything. Employee contributes 100, employer also contributes 100. Fine till here? My balance is 200 in the fund. Okay? And let us say interest is earned on the employee's contribution, 10 rupees. And interest is earned also on employer's contribution, 10 rupees. Clear till here? So which four figures I'm talking about? Original contribution 100. On that you earned interest of 10. Employees contribution. Employer also contributed originally 100. That will also come back to you. And on that, let us say you are earning interest of 10. I hope this is clear. Yes? Ha ya na? Simple or no? So basically you invested two things and you got out of that four things. Finally, I hope this was the summary. Now out of this, bachcho, one of these four amounts, no? Out of these four amounts, one of them, bachcho, is not an actual income. Is not an actual income. Which one do you think? I'll give it some numbering here if you want. Is not an income. Which do you think, bachcho, is not an income out of these four amounts? Okay, good, Mansi. Okay, Indrajit. Khushbu, Nitin, what do you think? Which of them is not an income? Okay. Nitin? Now, actual answer is first amount. Okay, this in fact is not an income. Very good. Yeah, correct, Nathan. Point number one, Bachu, is not an income of employee. Why? That was his own contribution and he's taking back his own amount. It was his own contribution and he's taking back his own original amount. That is not his income. Okay. Have you earned that 100 rupees? No, you invested and you got back the amount. You invested and got back the amount. That is not your income. I'll give you a very simple example. Okay. Let us say you do बच्चों bank FD, है ना? FD of rupees 1 lakh. Clearly, simple. And what you get back after maturity is, let us say, rupees 1.1 lakh. What is your income? 10,000, 1 lakh, or 1.1 lakh? How much will tax? Use common sense now. You will tax entire 1.1 lakhs, is it? Because you received it. But your original 1 lakh was yours, na? Simple or no? Earned is how much? Only 10,000 rupees. Is it clear, Khushbu? Indrajit? है ना? So same thing is happening here. Or instead of bank FD, I'm just going to call it as provident fund. I invested 100 originally and I got back my 100. That I got back my 100 originally is not my income, no? Yes or no? What I earned on that amount are my incomes. So remaining all three, yes, definitely they're all incomes. Interest on employees' contribution, then employer's original contribution, and interest on employer's contribution. They are all incomes. But my own contribution, employee's contribution, when you're getting it back, is not an income. Clear? Yes? Chalo. So interest earned on all these amounts which you have invested, okay, is also credited to the account of employee. Thus the credit balance, the balance of the PF shall have four amounts. Check. Employees country, interest on employees country, and interest on employers country. Clear or no? These four things I have discussed just now. Alright, should I go ahead, everybody? The accumulated balance is paid to the employee. The balance in the account is paid to the employee when? Check here, Indrajit. Either on retirement or resignation, whichever is earlier. You may work with one company only, or one bank only, or one employer only throughout your life. That is your point of view. So whenever you retire that time, or when you resign from the job, you want to switch the job, that time also it is possible. Yes, still here? Fine. In the case of death of employee, the same is paid to the legal heirs. The provident fund represents an important source of small savings available to the government. Available to the government, check. They are also saying it's small. Means what are they discussing about? Where is this money basically lying? With provident fund. Everybody, okay till here? Again, it is by act of the government, है ना? And this amount is lying with what? Lying with whom? With the government only. है कि नहीं बच्चों? So they can definitely utilize it, but as per the proper rules and conditions, है ना? It comes from Ministry of Labor and Employment, Government of India. If you want later on, you can again go back and check about everything about it, okay? Everybody? About us, etc. Check here. It maintains 24.77 crore accounts, not amount. Okay, amount will be huge. When it come into existence, this particular fund, 1951, it was replaced by, okay, then later on, okay, fine. Have you heard of this word or no? Trustees, tell me quickly. Important now. Trustees maintain the trust. Haya na. Trust. Remember na? Trust. We have discussed already trust and all. Okay? The Central Board of Trustees administers a contributory provident fund, pension scheme and insurance schemes for the workforce engaged in etc., etc. Finally, all of you. Again, later on, you can go and check how much actually amount is with this EFPO, okay? Employee Provident Fund Organization. Okay, everybody? All right. Let's go ahead, everybody. So the amount is with the government. So government can invest it as per the rules and conditions, okay? Wherever they see a low risk and good return amount. है ना? Ready, everybody? Chalo. So let's do the types of provident funds. Ready, everybody? Chalo. Important now. Statutory Provident Fund, okay, is governed by Provident Funds Act 1950, 1925, sorry, okay. Statutory. The word statutory means what? Compulsory, or you can say government or statute or law. Is governed by Provident Fund Act 1925. It applies to important employees of government, government employee, railways, semi-government institutions, है ना? That National Chemical Laboratory, IIT, IIM, etc. Local bodies, municipalities, municipal corporations, gram panchayat, universities, and all recognized educational institution. Okay, recognized educational institution. That means private will not come into picture. Okay. Again, recognized means we will call it as बच्चों approved, है ना? Finally, educational institutions. So employees of all these, on them बच्चों SPF will be applicable, Statutory Provident Fund. Now, whichever category you come into, depending on that, there will be taxation that we will do in some time. Okay. Then this is a famous and important one, is your recognized provident fund. Most of them bachcho come over here because they are not government. Check all of these people. Now railways bachcho will be is one of the highest employer. Highest employer means highest number of people in the country are employed by employer. Okay, by one single company, you can say railways. But apart, okay, I hope you understood. So government employees, railway employees, so they are covered by SPF. But apart from that, now let us say somebody in your family is not in government or railways, etc., or local bodies. They are working in some other companies, factory, IT companies, or private companies. They are bachcho covered by RPF. Are हाँ बच्चों, are you getting my point or no? Fine. So recognized provident fund. Now recognized provident fund means a provident fund recognized by the, again recognized means that approved by the Commissioner of Income Tax for the purpose of income tax. It is governed by Part A of Schedule 4. Schedule, I hope you remember now. Schedule is a part of the Act, है ना? Of the Act, of the Income Tax Act. A fund constituted under Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Act 1952 will also be recognized as provident, will be also be considered as recognized provident fund. So again, which act we have? PF Act, but of 1952 deals with bachcho recognized provident fund, or will also be considered as recognized provident fund. Okay. Statutory bachcho, which one? 1925. Recognized 1952. Okay. Then third, unrecognized, which is neither obviously SPF, it is not, because it is not employee of government, as well as you have created a provident fund, okay, but it is not approved by the Commissioner of Income Tax. So check. A fund not recognized by Commissioner of Income Tax will be just simply considered as unrecognized provident fund. It is not illegal. It is not illegal. It is but unrecognized. There is a difference. Just tell you. They have not just taken the normal, regular permission from the department. Okay, everybody? We'll go ahead. Then, PPF, Public Provident Fund. Very important. Okay? Public Provident Fund. Ready, all of you? PPF. Check. Is operated under PPF Fund Act 1968. Okay, so we have statutory, which one? 1925, recognized 1952, and we have public bachcho provident fund under 1968. Okay, a membership of the fund is open to every individual, though it is ideally suited for self-employed people. Okay, basically PPF can be opened by any individual. any individual, even if he is an employer or employee or doing business. Now here why are you saying bachcho for self-employed? Because if you are an employee, if you are bachcho somewhere employee, I hope first of all you understand meaning of the word self-employed. You understand bachcho self-employed means what? Doing their own work. They are not employee of anybody, है ना? Self-employed. So if at all you were a normal regular employee, then bachcho definitely you are somewhere covered over here. है ना? Some of the other provident fund. So over there compulsory some savings is happening or amount is going under provident fund. However, if you are not an employee, still you have a chance to contribute or you can say make compulsory savings bachcho in provident fund, which is open to all. And this is in fact extra. So if an employee also wishes to contribute extra, he can contribute in PPF, Public Provident Fund. Are हाँ, understood or no all of you? Tell me. Nitin, Kushbu, Mansi. Understood? Okay, fine. A salaried employee may also contribute to PPF in addition to the regular provident fund where he has to contribute. है ना? An individual may contribute to the fund on his own behalf as also on behalf of a minor of whom he is a legal guardian. Okay? This is also, you can say, a famous scheme or a favorite investment opportunity. Okay? If at all you had seen one of the reels on Insta, I had made a reel, I think 1 or 2 years back, I don't know. But I discussed this. PPF Bachcho follows EEE model. I'll discuss that also in some time. And you will also understand what is EEE. Exempt, exempt, exempt. Means what? When you contribute to PPF, you get a deduction in income tax, in fact. Section 80C. Okay? Deduction you get. So again a benefit. That we will see. Then when you interest accrued on that, not taxable. And when you withdraw from the fund, bachcho, also not taxable. Are you understanding or no? Now obviously, bachcho, why did you invest in PPF? To earn interest. So just to tell you something simple, nice also. Currently, but how much it is going on? 7.1% currently. It can keep on fluctuating. It is government's point of view. Some they can increase as well as reduce. 7% let us take. That's free of cost. Free of cost means what? In tax free. It is all bachcho tax free. Understood or no? Everybody. So if a bank is bachcho giving you 7% interest, they will obviously bachcho reduce or you will have to pay income tax, whatever, 10%, 20%, 30%, whichever slab you are in. If it is in bank FD, are हाँ. But if you are doing bachcho PPF, you can say investment, it is completely bachcho tax free. Clear? Nice, na? Same like Sukanya Samriddhi schemes. It is same, exactly same. Sukanya Samriddhi scheme. There are, however, challenges with PPF also that we will see. There is a lock-in period of lock-in. You understand? You can't withdraw. There is a lock-in period of 15 years. 15 years. Okay. However, it is your money only. So after regularly investing every year, after 4th or 5th year, you can withdraw some amount at very low interest rate. That is also allowed. You can't completely withdraw, but there are rules for that. Okay, everybody? So, what you can also do. Now, I'm just, PPF is again my favorite, you can say, concept, because it is, in a way, you should have some optional. You can have that amount. PPF was very famous. See, now we have lots of funds. You just imagine in last 10-15 years, we have lots of options. People today also are not willing to directly invest in equities or shares. They are somehow getting used to a little bit of mutual funds. This is in the last 4 or 5 years. I'm talking of last 50-60 years. There were no options only. No internet, nothing. So post office, public provident fund, all this, your Krishi, what your Kalyan, Krishi Yojana, something was there. I'll come with that. Kisan Vikas Patra. Yeah. All these schemes were there given by government. Understood earlier? So it is again one of the most lucrative or good options. Okay, everybody? Hardly it is rupees 500 per year minimum, and maximum I think they have taken now rupees 1.5 lakhs per year. Not matches, but why 1.5 lakhs? Because it matches with Section 80C of Income Tax Act. 80C allows maximum deduction. You can invest more than that. In PPF, I'm not sure they allow more than 1.5 lakhs or no. That is different. But in 80C, you can get deduction maximum of rupees 1.5 lakhs. I hope you remember 80C. Chapter 6 deduction. It directly reduces your gross total income. Are हाँ या ना? So if I invest, I'm going to get a deduction also. Simple. Plus interest which I'm going to earn will be tax free also. Clear or no? Understood, everybody? The only challenge is what? There is a lock-in period of 15 years. So if at all you are right now 20 years old and you think, I don't know, at age of 35, you know, I'm just saying, for example, you may require some funds or not, maybe for whatever might be after 15 years. We don't know that. Okay? But here you have to understand the concept of power of compounding, which I think you're a little bit aware in your time value of money. Hai ki nahi? Power of compounding. I hope you remember that. So you start, even if today it is a good, you can say, amount which you can receive. It is like fill and forget it. Just deposit and forget it. And it is like a bonus. I do this also till today. I put in debentures or FDs or this amounts. It comes whenever it comes later. That is, I consider that as a bonus. है ना? You have to somehow shift from labor income to capital income. Lots of things to discuss that we will do later on. Should I go ahead? Okay. So understand. So PPF bachcho allowed, okay, on own behalf as well as in behalf of the minor. And this actually happens a lot. As soon as the child is 18 years old or 20 years old, and then education expenses, etc. So people make a long-term plan also. That after 15 years, I can gift to my child on his when he becomes adult. Check this. Last 15 years, I have been contributing. Are हाँ? Clear, no? Everybody. Okay, everybody? We'll go ahead with all of you. Okay? Chalo. The only problem with PPF is what the rate of interest can keep on fluctuating. है ना? So this is your annuity only, which you get after 15 years. Chalo, I'll go ahead. Chalo. Ready? So your 4 types of fund. Here, the most famous one I'm discussing, recognized. Salary is here, bachcho. Okay? Don't get confused. This is 1925. Correct, no? And this is opposite, na? 1952. Correct, no? This is what, 1968 or 86? Check. 68. Okay, everybody? And as an advice, whenever you will open PPF, I had not. See, obviously use common sense. You don't invest or you don't start spending until you have some money balance. Okay? So like even I want to open some PPF account. And as like a normal common person, I went to post office to open PPF account. That was one of my biggest mistake. Okay? You don't obviously always have to open PPF in post office. Not required. Okay? You can open with your bank also. See, PPF is again handled by government, but that you can see agencies given to bank also. So you can go to a bank and open a PPF account. Ultimately, all the money goes to government only. So post office, banks are just simple agents. Understood or no? I had a very horrible experience with post office. Okay, every time I have to invest or go or put money, every time I have to take a half day holiday, and plus no guarantee the work will be done or not. Okay. So it's better you do everything online, and they don't have online facility also, post office. So I had to shift to bank only. Later on I shifted from post office to bank. Okay. Should I go ahead, everybody? Ready? Chalo. First, we'll talk about the famous one or the regular one, that is recognized provident fund. Employer's contribution in excess of 12% is taxable. Okay. Again, salary for the purpose of this, salary for the purpose of that, it will all be again interesting. Okay. So as per law, 12% is allowed, or 12% is to be contributed. More than that, if employer contributes, that is taxable in the hands of employee. Clear till here? Employees' own contribution is allowed. Important. Is allowed as deduction under section 80C. Clear to here? It's a good thing, obviously. Interest on employer's contribution. Okay? Check here. And interest on employee's contribution. If interest is paid of more than 9.5%, so what is above more than 9.5% will be taxable. Up to 9.5% bachcho allowed. Clear? Who is giving the interest? Tell me quickly. Who is giving the interest? The provident fund bachcho is giving the interest. Clear till here, all of you? Arey haan bachcho, tell me everybody. Yes? Cool. Ready? I'm still in the first category only. Which one? Recognized provident fund, which is the most famous and highly used. Understand now, this is also important. Amount received on retirement or resignation, remember that? Hai na? When will you actually get the cash? When you resign or retire, whichever is earlier. Okay? Understand now? Okay? Pay attention now, all of you. Important point, very important point. Amount received on the maturity of recognized provident fund is fully exempt in the hands of employee. Okay? What is maturity? Resignation or retirement. Okay? Who has rendered, means given or done, continuous service of 5 years or more. How much bacho minimum? 5 years. That means if you withdraw from the fund or if you leave the job or retire within 5 years, then it is taxable. Are haan? All of you? Clear till here? So if at all you retire after 5 years, it means with the employer you are stuck for minimum 5 years. With the employer you are for minimum 5 years. Then if after that if you withdraw the amount, then it is not taxable. The next one. In case the maturity of RPF, recognized provident fund, takes place within 5 years. Now understand. Still we're discussing within 5 years. Then the amount received will be fully exempt. Still exempt. Only if the service had been terminated due to employees' ill health, important, or discontinuance or contraction. Contraction means reduction of employer's business. Understand now. Or again important, any other reason beyond the control of employee. Very important, bachcho. Check here. I'll give you the simple cases. After 5 years and within 5 years. Is it okay, everybody? If you withdraw the amount or you take the amount after 5 years, what happens? Exempt or no? Exempt. Clear till here? Within 5 years, but you taxable normally. But again, there is you can say exemption. That means even if you are withdrawing within 5 years, within first 5 years, whatever, so it is not taxable or exempt in your hands only if. Bachcho, what are the reasons? Ill health or no? He could not continue. Ill health of employee. Ill health of employer's business means what? The business bachcho of employer is itself getting what bachcho? Reduced or closed. Yes? So business closed. Clear till here? All of you? Or check what are the nice wordings they are using. Yes. It is basically beyond the control of the employee. Basically resignation. Resignation is under the control of employee only na. Resignation bachcho. Are haan ya na? But if because of any other reasons employee had to leave the job, then even if it is within 5 years and the amount is received, then it is not taxable. Clear? In any other case, means what bachcho? Within 5 years and within the control of employee, or the employee has resigned hai na, and taken the money within 5 years, it will be taxable in the same manner like unrecognized provident fund that we will do. Fine till all of you? Yes? We'll go ahead, all of you. Let us discuss statutory. Most time pass, simple one. Government employees, no? Government, railway, semi-government, your local authority, universities and recognized educational institutions. Yes, Chalya? Check. Employer's contribution fully exempt, even if it is bachcho more than 12% of salary. So there is again no brain to be used in case of statutory provident fund. अरे हाँ या ना? Simple. As well as own contribution definitely allowed as deduction. ATC. I'm talking statutory, okay? Interest fully exempt. Wow, 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 wow. Isn't it? Nice, na? Clear deal? On employer's contribution, बच्चों, fully exempt. Clear deal? Then this row I had to additionally put later on because of Nirmala madam, because she was looking into small provisions and trying to tax whatever was exempt, or trying to tax beyond a particular limit whatever was earlier fully exempt. Means, to be honest, both these rows were same only. Whatever interest, but then there was same rule up to 9.5% or fully taxable or fully exempt, whatever. Now they are saying, now what she said, Madam Ji said, that some employees are misusing this scheme because they are investing a lot in the fund to take the benefit of exempt interest. See here what is happening. Check. Employer contributes, employee contributes. Correct earlier? You earn interest. So earlier what used to happen, even if the employee contributes whatever amount, bacho, it was, the interest earned on that was fully exempt. Are you understanding or no, all of you? You invest 1.5 lakhs, employee, okay? Interest on that, exempt. You invest 10 lakhs, employee only, okay? Employee. Interest on the 10 lakhs also exempt. Are ha. Because there is no employee bacho can voluntarily contribute more. There is no problem with that. The money is going with government. Government is happy that yes, we will manage more funds. Are you understanding? Employee can voluntarily invest more than required. So Nirmala madam said, these employees are misusing the fund. They are investing because they know this interest is fully exempt. So Madam Ji said, whatever interest you earn beyond a certain limit, I will tax it. Understood, bacho? Are ha? For government employees, bacho, employer is not going to, for government employees. Why government employees? I'm talking about statutory provident fund. So for government employees, the employer, that is the government, is not going to invest a lot or contribute a lot. It will do up to that limit allowed. But employee could voluntarily put more. So on employees' contribution interest, bacho, okay, for statutory provident fund, which was earlier fully exempt, is now exempt till a certain monetary limit. Khushbu, bouncer, understood. Mansi, Indrajit, tell me, Nitin. Clear? Khushbu? Chalega? We'll go ahead. Then, amount received on retirement or whatever resignation is fully exempt. Means what? Is there a criteria for 5 years here? Tell me now. Nothing. No criteria for 5 years. Okay? So don't even expect questions bacho for statutory provident fund because everything is exempt. Okay? In fact, yes. But here you can give 2 stars. As it is red color in your textbook. So please give more, you can say, attention over here. Apart from that, everything is exempt. So we are talking of income earned, okay, interest earned on employees' contribution for statutory provident fund. Understood or no? My goodness, we are discussing only one concept since long, no? Yes, everybody, done till here? Kuzbu? We'll go ahead, everybody. Chalo. Then, simple one, last one, not last one, but unrecognized. Unrecognized, bacho, then everything is simple taxable. Or you will get no benefits because it is not recognized by the department. Simple. Hai na? Just because you give a name, some rules of provident fund, it is not actual provident fund. It has to be approved by the department. Clear till here, all of you? So check. Employer's contribution. Not taxable yearly, but it is taxable. But lump sum later on. Okay? Employer, you are getting benefit. Don't forget that. Employer is contributing for you. You are going to get the money. So it is your income definitely. Okay? Employer's contribution will be taxed whenever you leave the job. Employee's contribution not eligible for ATC deduction because the fund is unrecognized, unapproved. Clear? Interest not taxable yearly but taxable. It is lump sum taxable in simple language. Let me just say that. Lump sum taxable later on. Clearly here? So it is taxable but later on. Amount received on retirement. Use common sense. Employees' own contribution is never bachcho taxable. Why? Why? Because it is not an income. Just now I told you some time back about FD. Whatever FD you do, principal amount is it your income? Principal. I did FD of 1 lakh rupees. I got 1.1 lakhs. Is that 1 lakh bachcho is not my income. It is in fact my asset. I had invested somewhere. I got back that back. I got back that money. Isn't it? Alright, everybody? Then interest on employees' contribution is taxable under iOS. Interest on employees' contribution. I'll tell you in simple language, it is as good as FD. You had option of investing with bank. Instead of that, you invested with provident fund, employer's provident fund, but which was not recognized. So whatever interest you earn, it is iOS. Just like bank interest, bachcho we put under iOS. Clear, all of you? Employer's contribution and interest thereon, bachcho, is taxable from salary. So please be careful. Because employer's contribution and interest on employer's contribution you're getting because of employer-employee relationship. So that money, bachcho, will go under salaries. Employees' self-contribution, interest on that, bachcho, goes under iOS. Tricky? Or headache? Huh? Understood or no? Khushbu, Mansi, Nitin, Indrajit? Finally, we'll go ahead, everybody. Then, last one, PPF, Public Provident Fund. PPF, bachcho, there is no concern of employer. Nobody contributes, okay, on behalf of you. You also have to open an account and you yourself will only contribute. So there is no question of employer's contribution, okay, in PPF. It is open for all. But check importance. EE now. Understood? EE first is what? Exempt means what? You get deduction for investing in PPF. Interest fully exempt. Accrued bachcho interest. Understood or no? Accrued exempt. Withdrawal exempt. Clear till here? Yes? So 500 rupees bachcho I think you can invest per year. Per year I'm talking about. Okay? I'll tell you one more hint over there. You were saying, sir, what all you're talking about now? I always invest, bachcho. See, my entire year's investment, whatever I have to do in PPF, I do it in the month of April. Lump sum. I don't put monthly. But even if you have to put monthly, there is a trick. Invest, bachcho, in April only. Okay? Why? Because obviously you learn interest for the entire year. Okay? And that also, just like if you remember perquisite, okay, it is on balance. Okay? I'll just quickly check also online. Balance on balance of 5th of every month. Means what? Okay, just try to understand. That means if I invest on 10th April in PPF, I will not get interest of April. It is on the balance. The interest is given much on the balance of that particular date. Okay? I'll just quickly check. Did you understand or no what I'm telling you? Check. I was right. I'm so right. Are you getting or no what I'm telling you? So invest between 1st April to 5th April. And if possible, invest whatever you want to invest for the entire year between this date. That means your entire amount will get entire 12 months interest. What I'm trying to tell you again, and I'm repeating. That means if you invest on 6th April in this example also, okay, you will not get interest bachcho for the month of April. Understood? Are haan, tell me, everybody. Not all of you? Kind of, you can say in a way due date, whatever. Yeah. Sorry. Should we go ahead, everybody? You will not get interest for that month. You'll be added in the next month. Added means considered in the next month. This trick was told to me by my teacher. My teacher means, sorry, manager. He was very nice person. That time he had told me why he invest in first week of April. Today also, then every year 50,000, 1 lakh, whatever, first week of April. I put a reminder on yearly reminder. Okay, that 3rd of April remind me or 5th of April remind me to put that money in PPF. Anyways, can we go ahead, everybody? Chalo. 3 stars. Lots of theory we are discussing, but again we will be discussing that only once now, so that it is quite clear. If after termination of his employment, and now understand this is okay, very important. Termination means employer-employee relationship over, है ना, with one employer. The employee obviously obtains or takes job, okay, employment under another employer. So basically switching the job. Then pay attention. Only so much of the accumulated balance in the PF will be exempt, which is transferred to his individual account in recognized provident fund but maintained by the new employer. Means what? See, money is with bachcho, your IEPF, that your employee provident fund organization, hai na? Yes, everybody? Yes, Shilya. The money is actually over there, but in an account, provident fund account. Yes, Shilya? Initially, the trustees is your old, let us say, company A. You were in company A. So through company A, the money was going to the provident fund account. Clear earlier? Then you shifted, then you changed the job. You went to company B. Yes, Shilya? So now you have an option. That again, there will be an account over there, provident fund account. The balance what you had earlier, you have 2 options now. You are legally allowed to withdraw it, cash, or you are also allowed to transfer it. Are you understanding or no, everybody? Okay? Understand now. If you worked with company A, let me ask you a good question. Okay, now if you worked with company A and you worked for more than 5 years and you withdraw the cash amount, what will happen? Exempt or taxable? What do you think? It is exempt because you worked for more than 5 years. Understood? Clear? If you worked bachcho for less than 5 years, and you withdraw, and you have obviously resigned yourself, etc., then it is taxable. Clear till here? Yes. But within 5 years or after 5 years, if you transfer, both cases, okay, it doesn't matter. As it is after 5 years is not, there is no problem after 5 years. So within 5 years or after 5 years, you transfer a balance to another company's provident fund account, but even that is exempt. Clear or no? So we withdraw within 5 years, taxable. Yes, still here all of you? If it is after 5 years, as it is, it was exempt. But if you transfer, that means can I simply again summarize this? If you don't do cash withdrawal, it is exempt. If you don't do cash withdrawal, it is exempt. Clearly here, all of you. Okay? Check. Then only so much amount will be exempt, which is transferred to the new employer's PF account. Understand? Important. In such a case, the period of service, this is very important now, please pay attention. The period of service with the former means old or new? Old. Okay, former means old, earlier. Employer shall also be taken into account for computing the period of 5 years continuous service. Means what? Understand, case studies are asked on this. I give you example of company A. Yes, Chalya? Let us say you worked here 3 years. And you bacho worked with company B also 3 years. Okay. You transferred. I said, bacho, what? You transferred. You did not withdraw. So you transfer from company A to company B. So company B also you got only 3 years. And after that we withdraw. Are ha ya na, you getting my point or no? Company A, you worked 3 years, you transferred the amount, you did not cash withdraw. And then you have transferred the amount to company B. Company B also you got only 3 years. But after that you have actually done the cash withdrawal. It is bachcho exempt. Why? Because in that case the money was with provident fund account for at least 5 years without withdrawing. Did you understand or no? What did I just say? Tell me all of you. Pakka? Okay, this is important what I taught you just now. Okay, check. In such a case, the period of service with old employer shall also be taken into account for computing period of 5 continuous years. Okay. And then here we had this concept 9.5%, whatever interest, but here we have 12% of salary. Hai na? So what is salary for the purpose of PF that we have to see? Ready everybody? Check here. Salary for this purpose means basic salary and DA. If provided in the terms of employment, pay attention. And commission as a fixed percent of turnover. If the word they use is if provided in the terms of employment, okay? For retirement. Means same bachcho. Forming part of retirement benefits. Are ha ya na? So over here write down just like HRA salary. Do you remember or no? 1013A na? Are ha ya na? Finally all of you. Ready? There is one more I'll cover it today right now. Check now. One more. Okay. 1727. Nirmala madam. Whatever this happens, bachcho is Nirmala madam. Okay. Perquisite with respect to provident fund. Overall cap limit. These cap limits, I think Nirmala madam and Arun Jaitley sir that time they have done. If you remember again, overall cap limit in case of house properties. Do you remember the interest on under section, not interest, sorry, interest only 24B. But for SOPs, self-occupied properties, they increased basically that 2 properties you can take as SOP, correct? But overall cap limit was how much, bachcho, for SOP? Remember or no? Overall cap limit of 24B interest deduction was 2 lakhs. Remember that was overall cap limit. Cap, I hope you understand. Cap means, you can say upper limit. Okay. Check now. Understand, very important. 1727. Again, I'm repeating. Your own contribution, the principal amount is not your income. This much you agree or no? Tell me all of you. Employee's own contribution, principal amount is not an income. Agreed? Huh. Employee's contribution, interest on that, interest on employee's contribution is income. That is there. Alright? And now just now, bachcho, we had seen, yes, there is some limit. Okay? In case of bachcho here, statutory provident fund. Are haan. I'm talking of statutory provident fund, bachcho. ठीक है? Interest on employee's contribution, if it is beyond a certain limit, it is taxable. And interest over here in case of recognized is more than 9.5% is taxable. There was no problem about that. Clear earlier? Here, again talking about recognized provident fund. Can you see a recognized provident fund? If it is more than 12%, taxable? Yes, no? But however, statutory provident fund, bachcho, no limit only at all. Fully exempt. Clear? So Madam Ji said, we'll tweak, we'll make changes, all of these small changes we'll do. And beyond the limit, we will tax it. So what are we taxing? Interest also we are taxing, employee's own contribution, and employer's contribution also, bachcho, we now will tax. So check 17.2. 17.2, bachcho, is what? What is 17.2? I hope you remember. Perquisite. Are haan. So under 17.2.7, new section they have put. Okay, subsection now. Amount or aggregate of amounts of any contribution made to the account of the employee, okay, by the employer. Whose contribution we are discussing, bachcho? 17.2.7. Are employer country. Are haan, bachcho. Yes, no? Where? In a recognized provident fund. Remember or no? recognized provident fund. Remember the 12%, okay? Or national pension scheme that we will see later on, okay? Or an approved superannuation. Approved means again approved by the commissioner, okay, or department. Superannuation fund. In any of these or all of these, okay? In any of these or all of these, if it is more than 7.5 lakhs in a year, it will be taxable as perquisite. It will be taxable as perquisite. Why? Because bachcho, as it is, it was taxable. Beyond 12% was taxable. So up to 12% is exempt. Try to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Let us say, okay, I'll just give you a simple example. If employee's salary, okay, I'm just saying salary for the purpose of PF and all of that, is rupees 50 lakhs. Yes, till you. Salary, the basic salary I'm talking about, on which the employer is going to make contribution in provident fund. 12% is rupees 6 lakhs or no? Tell me. Are haan ya na? Every year is getting 6 lakhs is getting contributed by the employer. That fund is, that money is getting, you can say, accumulated in this provident fund. Agree till here? Are haan. This is free salary, bachcho, free income in a way. What if bachcho? But his salary is bachcho what? 1 lakhs. 1 crore. Then what used to happen? 12 lakhs. Every year he is earning free of cost in a way. Or employer has to put that money. Yes, till here. And that is as per law. That is bachcho as per law that you are putting that 12%. Clear till here? There is a Provident Fund law obviously for that. Provident Funds Act. Hai na? Income tax say, oh, this is too much of free income. Provident Fund Act says you have to contribute, that we agree, but you are earning too much. Then you can afford paying some tax on the same. So entire 12 lakhs are not taxable. Okay? That benefit we are seeing. Okay. See, as per law, you are investing 12%. So as per old law, it was entirely exempt. Are you getting my point or no? As per the old law, before amendment, entire 12 lakhs was exempt. But now you are saying no. Up to 7.5 lakhs only exempt. Are you getting my point or no? So they have put a cap limit now here. Yes, still all of you? Remaining not 4.5 na? Are haan ya na? Yes, still all of you? Everybody will be now taxable as 17 to 7 perquisite. This amount bachcho will be added in his income. Are haan ya na? This 4.5 lakhs bachcho will be added in his income. As employer's contribution is more than the cap limit of 7.5 lakhs. 3 funds. Which one? Recognized Provident Fund, National Pension Scheme under 8681, and AS, your Approved Superannuation Fund. Understood? All of you? Clear, all of you? Should I go ahead? So Madam G has put the overall cap limit. This also I'll do later on. 17 to 7A I'll do later. But it is highly complicated. Thanks to Madam G. Okay. Madam G says this is my intention. How to do it, what to do, rules, law, whatever practical, do it, whatever you want. You can look at this formula itself. Out of the world formula. Okay. I'll go ahead, everybody. Approved superannuation fund means a fund which has been and continues to be approved by the commissioner. ठीक है. All right. We'll do some questions, okay?
Recording stopped.
We'll take a small break. How much time? Then we'll do questions. Okay, everybody? What, 10 minutes or 20 minutes? 15 minutes? 20 तो नहीं. Tell me quickly. So ठीक है. Fine everybody. So take a break. We'll see you in some time. Okay, if there are at least 10 employees. Thank you, Ayush. All right. So where was I? So here, on some companies, it will be compulsory applicable. If there are less than 10 employees, okay, if there are less than 10 employees, then it is voluntary. Then it is what, bachcho? Voluntary. Clear to clear, all of you? Also, let me tell you one more thing over here. That is the purpose. That is the reason, especially for small organizations, small businesses. They create different proprietorship or different firms, different LLPs or different companies if they think their number of employees is going more than 10. Are you understanding my point? This actually happens practically. Okay? All of them may be working together in one office only, 10, 15 people. But their employment offers are given by different proprietorships or different companies. Why? Because in a company, there are not more than 10 employees. Are you getting my point? This happens, or this is done by small people only, small business only. Because they don't want to contribute, etc., to PF and all of that, provident fund, etc. Understood? Or simple, other way around. Don't give them employment offer. Okay, I'm telling you this practically, just to avoid all the labor laws compliances, no? People simply, then what, they don't give employment offer, they give contract offer. They give, but what offer? Contract offer. Are you getting my point or no? That means you are working with us as a contract basis, on contract basis, as a contractor, not as an employee. Clear, Delio? So practically speaking, the work may be same, but contracts are different. Okay, all of you? Should I go ahead? Fine. Chalo. So non-government employees, okay? The employer is covered under Gratuity Act or employer is not covered by Gratuity Act. Is it okay, everybody? So something which is compulsory, let us say here, and here it is voluntary or not covered. Simple, but gratuity is paid or no? Gratuity is paid by employer to employee. Clear till here? Arey haan, now check. So it's covered by Gratuity Act, okay? When the Gratuity Act is compulsorily applicable, if there are 10 or more, at least there are more than 10 employees in the organization, okay? Check. Understand now. Underline the word about death also. That means if gratuity is paid on death of the employee, he dies before retirement, okay? So any death or retirement gratuity is exempt from tax to the extent of, okay? Is not fully exempt. Is exempt to the extent of least of the following, just like HRA. Okay? Ready? First one, bacho, obviously should be normally actually gratuity received, because exemption section 10, I have told you this 1,000 times. Your exemption cannot be more than income. Exemption cannot be more than income, right, everybody? So check. Then there is a monetary limit of 20 lakhs. Monetary limit of 20 lakhs. Just like in entitlement allowance, you have how much? 5,000. Hai na? Okay, so here also you have bacho 20 lakhs. There is a statutory limit. You can use the word bacho over there, statutory limit. Finally, statutory limit. It is as per the act only, gratuity act. So that limit 20 lakhs or actual gratuity received. Okay, are haan. Check. Point number C. 15 days salary based on last drawn salary. Last drawn salary means the last salary for each completed year of service or part thereof in excess of 6 months. Nothing to be worried. 15 days salary. Understand now. Now 15 days salary, that means can I take half months in a way normally? I'm saying normally. Okay. So whatever was my last salary. Last salary means what? When the employee retired, that time what was the salary going on? That. Okay. So based on last drawn salary. Is it okay, everybody? Okay. And check here. Number of days in a month shall be taken as only 26. Because 4 Sundays. Normally, but what happens or no? 4 Sundays are there in a normal month. Clear till here? So you okay, so working days will be what? Normally taken as 26 days. Okay till here? So they are saying that whatever salary you are getting is for 26 days, practically speaking. Okay. So they are saying only 15 days salary. So 15 days salary. Okay. Are haan ya na? Out of 26 days. This is my last drawn salary, 15 days last drawn salary. Agreed or no? All of you. This is days, na? Days. We're talking of days. Hai na? What is my last drawn salary divided by 26 days? That is what they're saying. This is hard. You're earning this for 26 days. Out of that, they're saying take 15 days. Clear till here? This is my last drawn salaries into 15 into 6. Okay? Into 15 by 26. Last drawn salary into 15 by 26. I'll get my this. Into what, bacho? Simple. Number of years of service. You don't write down this, but right, understand. Number of years of service. Because as it is, we'll be calculating a lot. Number of years of service. But number of years of service, what are they saying? Completed years of service. That also what, bacho? Completed. Means, if it is 11 years and 3 months, it is 11 years only. Are haan. 11 years, 5 months is 11 years only. 11 years, 5 months, bacho is 11 years. However, they say if the part of the year is more than 6 months, then take it as entire year. Or part thereof in excess of 6 months. If it is 11 years, 7 months, take it as 12 years. Understood? If it is 11 months, 10 months, take it as 12 years. Clear? Khushbu, Mansi, Indrajit, Nitin, all of you clear till here? Yes? Into number of years of service. Including, I'm writing bacho fraction. See, that 6 months will always be there. Use common sense. 11 years, 1 month can't be 12 years. Okay? So whenever I say don't ignore fraction, so we'll be taking like more than 6 months. Okay? So we'll round up only if it is more than 6 months. We will round down if it is less than 6 months. Is it okay? Fine. Okay. Then salary for this purpose, bacho, check. Why? Because they're calculating here, na, 15 days salary. Are haan na. So salary for this purpose, bacho, basic. Plus now, bacho, DA you are taking their full, not like HRA, etc. So basic plus DA full. Is it okay? Exact 6 months, again, round down. Why? Because the word you used is, in excess of. Fine? I doubt you will ask dot 6 months, but yes, you can highlight this part. It is written what? In excess of 6 months will be taken as full year. Yes, everybody? So 6 months is not in excess of 6 months, no? Done, everybody? Same thing here also. If not covered under PGA, same thing. Statutory limit 20 lakhs, actual gratuity received, or here they'll do something separate, different. This third part is different. Sorry, check. Half month salary. So literally, bacho, here they're writing 15 days and here they're writing half month. 1 by 2. So if here 15 days they're doing but divided by 30. That logic they're doing. Okay. But take it as 1 by 2. You got the point, hai na? But based on last 10 months average salary. Hey ma, Mataji, bacho, can salary change or not change in the year? Normally, it will increase only, it will not decrease, but change can happen. And generally, bacho, the salaries may change within the year anytime. It can be February, it can be after Diwali, whatever. Or applicable from April also. Are haan, all of you. Correct? Or they can give you the bonus in between, and even bonus obviously is taxable. Hai na? So they're saying on the basis of last 10 months average salary. Simple. What did I say, bacho? Last 10 months salary divided by 10. You will get average of last 10 months salary. No. Are haan ya na? Clear till here? That means, let me just ask you, if the salary has not changed in the last 10 months, that is going to be same thing or no then? I mean, last salary only then. Did you understand or no? If the salary has not changed in the last 10 months, then last month's salary is average salary. Only the salary is changing in the last 10 months. We will take total of last 10 months divided by 10 months. Nitin, Khushbu, understood or bouncer? See, what are they saying? Half month salary. Hai na? Salary you are normally paid for the month, na? Not for 10 days, 2 days. This half month is there as a calculation. Okay, just like we had the 15 by 26, here we are going to do 1 by 2. That is 15 by 30, whatever you want to do. Okay, but here in this case, they are saying last drawn salary. Hai na? Whatever was the last drawn salary of that 15 by 26. Here they are saying simply Last 10 months salary is average. Last 10 months salary average. Okay. Understood? Okay. Immediately preceding, underline the word immediately preceding the month of retirement. Immediately preceding the month of retirement or death. For each completed year of fraction and for each completed year of service and fraction to be ignored fully. That means, but 11 years, 11 months is not 12 years. 11 months, 7 months, 11 years, 7 months is also not 12 years. Understood or not? Clear, all of you? Arey haan. All of you clear till here? Fraction fully ignored. If because it is not covered under PGA. Fraction will be completely ignored. Okay? So that these small things will be a little bit irritating. 15 by 26, 1 by 2. Last drawn salary, last 10 months average salary. Your fraction more than 6 months, full year. Your anything fraction, completely ignore. Yes, your salary is what? Basic plus full DA. Your, this you have to calculate the salary, na? Your check. It is HRA salary check. Check it. Are you getting my point or no? HRA salary. Alright, all of you? Alright. Let's start. Let's go ahead, everybody. Okay? Next point, important, very important. Gratuity received during the period of service. That means during service is fully taxable. Important. That means your job is still going on. And the current job, in the continuing job, you received gratuity, fully taxable. That means your gratuity received only after retirement or death is exempt under 1010. And that also obviously as per the rules. Are you getting my point or no? That means during service, if you have received gratuity, it is fully taxable. Clear? Arey haan. You're talking of gratuity, hai na? Then next point. Where gratuity is received from 2 or more employers. Possible, let us say. In the same year, an aggregate amount of gratuity exempt bachcho cannot exceed 20 lakhs. Means whatever said and done. If at all you had part-time jobs at 2 people, whatever. Okay. Overall, in your lifetime limit, yearly as well as lifetime limit is bachcho 20 lakh rupees. Okay. That, why I'm saying lifetime? Why am I saying bachcho lifetime? Is because we will see in point number C. Okay, check. Where gratuity is received from in any earlier year from former employer, old employer, and then again received in the from another employer in the current year. That means you switch 2 jobs. Okay, whatever. Finally, so in some earlier years you already received some gratuity, then in future again you receiving some gratuity. Okay, the limit of 20 lakhs will be reduced by the amount of gratuity exempt earlier. Understand? I'll just give you an example. In 2016, you retired from one job, you received gratuity over there. Okay. And at that time, you had taken exemption under section 1010 of, let us say, 3 lakhs rupees. Understood or no? 1010, gratuity I'm talking about, gratuity. Okay. In 2016, you received gratuity from one employer, and in that year, you claimed exemption of 10 under section 1010 of rupees 3 lakhs. Clear? In 2022, let us say, 22, 23, whatever. You again received, let us say, we received gratuity. Okay. So for you now, the statutory limit, this amount we check na 20 lakhs, will not be 20 lakhs. You will not compare that with 20 lakhs. It will be how much? You will compare that with 17 lakhs because there is a lifetime limit of 20 lakhs. Lifetime. Per year also limit as well as lifetime limit. How much of 20 lakhs? So since you have already claimed 3 lakhs exemption, now the exemption balance with you, upper limit is what? 17 lakhs. Understood or bouncer? Tell me quickly. Nitin, Kushbu, Mansi, Indrajit, tell me quickly. Did you understand meaning of the 17 lakhs? The exemption limit, bachcho, has been reduced. Reduced by the amount which you had claimed earlier. Arey haan. Okay. Next one. Yes, it will be available on the remaining amount, correct. The exemption in respect of gratuity would be available. Exemption bachcho would be available even if gratuity is received by the widow. Widow, you understand, hai na? Children or dependents of deceased employee. That means same bachcho now it will be taxable in their hands, but they can also claim the exemption. I'm repeating something important. Understand? Just because the employee has died, not just because, but if he has died, doesn't make the entire gratuity exempt. It will be taxable. But who will file his return of income, or in whose hands that income will be shown? The dependents or widow or children. But they can also claim exemption. Keep that in mind. Understood? They can also claim exemption. Finally, that was your 10, 10. Keep a pencil or a pen or whatever scale over here and come to question number 15. Question number 15. Gratuity. And write in a notebook. Ready, all of you? Ready? So let's check. Mr. Ravi retired on 15th June. It is not like this. It is like your partnership account. Somebody will die or be introduced on 1st or 15th or last day of the month. है ना? Sorry, he retired on 15 June 22. Final year. After completion of 26 years, 8 months. Now again little bit tricky. If it is less than 6 months, we know we have to ignore the fraction. If it is 8 months, now depends. Covered under PGA, round up 27 years. Not covered under PGA, ignore 26 years. Are हाँ या ना? Clear till here? So, Mr. Ravi retired on 15th June after completion of 26 years and 8 months of service and received gratuity of rupees 6 lakhs. Okay, received is how much? 6 lakhs. At the time of retirement, his salary was rupees 5,000 per month. I should have increased these figures. Okay, no problem. Yeah, but let us increase this. ठीक है. We'll increase this, बच्चों. 5,000 makes no sense. Make it 50,000. And make DNS allowance also 30,000 per month. Just add one more zero, okay? Let me change this later on. I feel bad now. 5,000, 3,000 is so normal amount. Ready? Then commission is 1% of turnover. Turnover in the last 12 months was 12 lakhs and he gets fixed percentage of 1% of fixed commission of 1% of turnover. Bonus is received for the year. How much I've given here? Okay. No problem. 12,000 per annum. Fine, it's okay. Ready? Compute is taxable gratuity, assuming non-government covered under PGA, non-government not covered under PGA, government बच्चों you know is fully exempt. No doubt about it. No problem. है ना? Ready? We'll be doing only the gratuity part, okay? The answer comes in 3 lines. Actual gratuity received, exemption under 1010, and balance will be taxable or whatever. है ना? अरे हाँ, so our main work basically is बच्चों calculation under section 1010. Ready? Let's go ahead. Question number 15. Write down. Computation of case 1. Mr. Ravi is non-government. Non-government employee and not covered under payment of gratuity at 1972. है ना? Non-government employee. So basically I'm writing computation of taxable gratuity. 6 lakhs. Finally, less. What are we going to write down, बच्चों? Exempt section 1010 है ना? That will be our working notes. Therefore, taxable gratuity. But you can anything in this chapter can be negative? No. Okay, clear all of you? Taxable gratuity. So working note 1. See, we know there are 3 rules, है ना? Actual gratuity received, statutory limit 20 lakhs, or third, he's right now covered under PGA. So 15 by 26 into last drawn salary into each completed number of years, है ना? And all of that, है ना? Years of service. For that, we require last drawn salary. Salary for this purpose means what? Basic plus DA full. Basic plus DA full. Remember that? So write down salary for the purpose of. How much? Basic. I'm writing much B for basic. Plus DNS allowance. Full. है ना? But you want only last drawn salary, na? So I'm not going to multiply with 12 months. So 50,000 plus 30,000. Okay, everybody? Rupees 80,000. So his last drawn salary is how much for our purpose calculation? 80,000. Arey हाँ. Is last drawn salary. Clear till here? Yes? Second. Number of completed years of service. Number of completed years of service. Fine, all of you? $26 and 8 months. How much will you consider? 26 months, 26 years or 27 years? 27 years. है ना? Since in excess of 6 months. है ना? Since in excess of 6 months. Yes, tell you all of you? In excess of. ठीक है? Let's go ahead, everybody. So last 15 by 26 we have, correct? Now that salary, last drawn salary we have, and number of years also we have. Ready? So third point. Gratuity is exempt least of the following. Gratuity is exempt, but so least of the following. What? First one. $20 lakhs. B. What? Actual gratuity received. Correct, everybody? Rupees 6 lakh. Correct, no? 6 lakhs. And third. I'm not writing the theory, but 15 by half month salary. half month salary of last round salary into completed years of service. So I'm directly writing the calculation. Okay, it is 15 by 26. Is it correct? Of last round salary is 80,000, है ना? Into how many years बच्चों now? 27 years. Calculate this figure. So 15 by 26 days, 80,000 is salary, rupees 80,000 and 27 years. Given this figure, how much बच्चों? 1246,153, correct. 154,153, ठीक है. Okay. Which is the least amount? I have taken 80,000, huh? Don't forget. $12 lakh it is, I hope so. ठीक है, लीस्ट अमाउंट जोड़ो बच्चों 6 lakhs. अरे हाँ, so exemption you'll get off rupees 6 lakhs. So write down there 6 lakhs. Okay, I have to take, here I have to write down 6 lakhs, sorry. So taxable gratuity बच्चों nil. Okay, Delia, tell me. Fine, everybody. All right. Case 2. Ready now? Everybody? Case 2 is what? Non-government and not government or PGA. Okay, so non-government employee. And not covered under PGA, Payment of Gratuity Act. Yes, still here. So particulars rupees. Again same 3 lines. Received, exempt and taxable. Less exempt under section. Working note 2. Okay, Leo? Water doesn't matter, ठीक है. Therefore, you get बच्चों taxable salary, taxable gratuity. Ready? Remaining all the things will be same? No. Salary will be different. Okay, so write down working note 2. I'm writing here. First, salary for this purpose. That is basic plus DA forming out of retirement plus commission as a fixed percentage of turnover. Are हाँ या ना? All of you tell me. Bonus? No, not bonus. Basic we have taken बच्चों 50,000. अरे हाँ. DA is 30,000, but of that what forms part of retirement? 60%. Plus commission is 1% of turnover and turnover for the entire year was 12 lakhs. So I'll take बच्चों obviously average 12 lakhs है ना for the year into 1% into what 1 by 2. Understood or no? Because here also I'm doing salary for the month na. Understood or no, all of you? So I can't take commission for the entire year and salary for 1 month I have to bring them at comparable level. So all the calculations are for the month. Done till here? This figure is how much? Give me. How much? Okay, 69,000. Okay. See, we require, now understand, we require average of last 10 months salary. But have they given us, is there a change in salary? Have they given us? No. Okay. His basic was increased or whatever. Don't have those. We don't have those numbers. So the salary is same for the last 10 months. So the average also comes to the same figure. Now understood, Nitin? So I'm writing here. Therefore, see, when I say average, average will come back to same thing, na? 69,000 into 10 months upon 10 months is same thing only. Okay? Second, number of completed years of service. Tell me. Fraction is fully ignored. अरे हाँ, fraction is बच्चों fully ignored. Clear till here? Therefore, 26 years 8 months is considered as how much, बच्चों? $26 years only. समझा? Understood, all of you? Okay, everybody. I'll go ahead. So third part now. Graduate exam list of the following. A. Statutory limit 20 lakhs. These are separate cases, huh? Otherwise, you see, sir, we earlier exempted 6 lakhs, now 14 lakhs. No, these are separate cases, no? Independent cases. Fine. Actual gratuity received 6 lakhs. And third, bachcho, it is 1 by 2. Is it clear? Half month salary. So simple, 1 by 2. Average last 1 month salary 69,000 rupees. 69 into how many years? 26 years. Give me this figure. $8,97,000, is it? Good. So least is still बच्चों but 6 lakhs rupees only, है ना? In the next booklet, I will change the figures actually. 6 lakhs will always be the answer. Now I'll make it 16 lakhs. You don't do any changes. You keep it this only. This is for my understanding. Okay? It'll be okay. Okay, everybody? Done? So lease will be 6 lakhs. How much we are exempting? 6 lakhs. So nothing taxable. Clear till here? Nitin, Kushbu? And case 3. What is case 3, bachcho? What if he is a government employee? गवर्नमेंट बच्चों is obviously going to be part of gratuity, there is no doubt about it, but government employees fully exempt, है ना? So write down if Mr. Ravi na, his name is Ravi, correct? If Mr. Ravi is government employee, write down, then gratuity received of rupees 6 lakhs is fully exempt under section 1010. That also we should write, na? Under which section we are giving the exemption. Is it clear, all of you? Fine, everybody? And that is it. We will keep it for today. We have to do obviously more questions on gratuity and pension also. Fine, everybody? Question number 12 will be for homework. 12. This is done, everybody? If 12 is not done, 12 is for homework. I'll discuss that later on, question number 12, but question number 12 is for homework. Fine, everybody? Because that is based on HRA, question number 12, so nothing great actually. We have already covered HRA properly. है ना? All of you? Revise and come, read pension. Okay, the next concept bachcho will be what? Pension and all. Read that and come, it will be easier for you then. Okay? See. Read this pension and all. Okay, everybody? But read pension, leave encashment. You will not obviously understand 100%, but you understand 50% is also okay. And then when I actually take the concept, and then obviously we'll be doing the concept as well as practice questions. So that time it will be completely clear. But use your time to read the next of the concepts. Okay, that is it for tax for today, bachcho. है ना?
Recording stopped.
Law will start at 11:45. चलेगा? Okay. 11:45 will start with law. Chalo, take a break. Bye bye.